Deep inside a mist-covered forest in western China, where towering ancient cypress trees blocked much of the sunlight and the wind was often the only sound, a man chose to live completely alone. No fame, no wealth, no audience, just silence. Why would anyone abandon the world like that? First, I thought the answer would be simple. But the deeper I looked into his story, the more mysterious it became. His name was Li Wei. For nearly 50 years, Li Wei had lived a life that many people dreamed of. He was born into a respected family in the bustling city of Chengdu. His father, Li Jian, owned a successful silk trading business, and his mother, Mei Lin, was known for her kindness and wisdom. Together, they built a comfortable life that most families could only imagine. As Li Wei grew older, he married a gentlewoman named Lan Hua, and together they had 2 children, a son named Jun and a daughter named Lian. From the outside, his life looked perfect. A loving family, financial security, a respected name. Everything society said a man needed to be happy. Yet every night, after the city had fallen asleep, Li Wei would sit quietly by his window, staring into the distant mountains. There was a strange emptiness inside him that success could never fill. The louder the city became, the quieter his soul seemed to grow. For years he ignored it. He worked harder. He bought more. He traveled farther. He surrounded himself with friends. But nothing changed. Then one morning, while walking through a small temple on the outskirts of the city, he met an elderly monk. The old man looked at him for only a few seconds before saying something Li Wei would never forget.
The world has taught you how to make a living, but it has never taught you how to live.
Those words haunted him. For months he couldn't sleep. Every business meeting felt meaningless. Every celebration felt empty. Every achievement felt temporary. One spring morning before the city awoke, Li Wei kissed his sleeping wife on the forehead, wrote a letter to his children explaining that he loved them more than words could ever express, and quietly walked away. No one knew where he had gone. Some believed he had died. Others thought he had been kidnapped. A few whispered that he had lost his mind. Years passed. Then one day, a group of travelers hiking through the Black Pine Forest, hidden deep within China's Qinling Mountains, discovered a small wooden hut beside a crystal-clear stream. Outside sat an old man with silver hair. His clothes were worn. His hands were rough. His possessions could fit into a single basket. He was smiling. The travelers recognized him immediately. It was Li Wei. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. How could a man who had abandoned everything look so alive? They expected regret. Instead they found peace. They expected loneliness. Instead they found contentment. One traveler finally gathered the courage to ask him the question everyone wanted answered. Were you happier in the city or here? Li Wei smiled. He pointed toward the forest. At that exact moment, the morning birds began to sing. The wind danced through the trees. Sunlight slipped through the mist like rivers of gold. He closed his eyes for a moment before speaking. For years I listened to the world. It told me to earn more, to own more, to become more. But the louder the world became, the less I could hear myself. He looked toward the mountains. So I came here. Out here, the birds wake me every morning instead of an alarm. The river teaches me patience. The wind reminds me that everything passes. The trees ask for nothing, yet they continue to grow. In the silence, I finally began to hear my own soul. The travelers sat quietly. No one spoke. For the first time in their lives, silence didn't feel empty. It felt full. As they walked back toward civilization, none of them could stop thinking about what they had witnessed. They returned to lives filled with meetings, notifications, traffic, headlines. Yet something had changed. The forest had revealed a question they could no longer ignore. What if the greatest luxury isn't owning everything, but needing almost nothing? What if happiness isn't waiting somewhere in the future, but hidden beneath the noise we've surrounded ourselves with? Li Wei never returned to the city. He spent the rest of his days listening to the birds welcome each sunrise, watching the seasons paint the mountains in new colors, and speaking to his soul in the language of silence. Some people called him a fool. Others called him enlightened. But perhaps they were all asking the wrong question. The real mystery isn't why Li Wei left civilization. The real mystery is why so many of us are afraid to be alone with ourselves. Let me ask you, if the world suddenly became silent, who would you become? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, the mystery was never hidden among the ancient trees of China. It was hidden beneath the noise of everyday life. Because beyond the surface of every distracted mind lies a soul waiting to be heard. Perhaps that's why Li Wei never truly walked away from the world. He simply walked back to himself. Until next time, keep looking beyond the surface. Until our next journey, stay curious.